Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. WWE NXT brand is once again being built up alongside Raw and SmackDown after Triple H and his team put a renewed focus on the future of the developmental system. Paul Heyman has just shared an interesting observation about the developmental brand. The Wiseman is widely regarded as one of the best minds in all of pro wrestling. The 45-year industry veteran has worn many hats behind the scenes and on screen and is still working with top main roster talents such as Roman Reigns and The Bloodline. Heyman also worked closely with many notable stars during the early years of their careers, mainly Brock Lesnar. Heyman has spent some time at NXT and the Performance Center and is close with several Raw and SmackDown superstars who came through the brand. Speaking to Newsweek's Jeremy Hanna, the 2024 WWE Hall of Famer discussed the state of the former Black and Gold brand and how many are ready for call-ups. A third of the NXT roster, which I think is ready to be called up into action now, it's just the timing has to be right. The presentation has to be right. The packaging, the marketing has to be right. Why rush it? Paul Heyman said. Heyman is currently off WWE TV as a part of the ongoing storyline with the Bloodline. He has been backstage and is expected to return soon now that Roman Reigns is back. Updated lineup for tonight's WWE NXT. Tonight's WWE NXT episode will feature fallout from the Great American Bash. The show is airing live from the Performance Center in Orlando. NXT is back to airing on the USA Network tonight after 2 weeks on Sci-Fi. Below is the current lineup. Wes Lee will address turning on the Rascals. Lexis King vs. Eddie Thorpe Open Challenge. Oba Femi defends the North American Championship. NXT Tag Team Champions Axiom and Nathan Frazer defend vs. Chase Hughes. Ridge Holland and Andre Chase. NXT Heritage Cup Champion Tony D'Angelo defends vs. Charlie Dempsey. The road to NXT No Mercy will also heat up this week. The premium live event is scheduled for Sunday, September 1st from Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Paul Heyman, known for his sharp tongue and unparalleled ability to weave words into captivating stories, has once again sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. This time, his target isn't the current crop of main roster superstars or a rival promotion, it's WWE NXT. In a recent interview, Heyman made a bold claim about the future of the WWE NXT roster, sparking widespread speculation and debate among fans and industry insiders alike. A statement that shook the industry. It all began during a press conference where Heyman was asked about the state of WWE and its future direction. While many expected him to focus on his usual topics, Roman Reigns, the Bloodline, or the current champions, Heyman instead turned his attention to WWE's developmental brand, NXT. With a glint in his eye, Heyman leaned into the microphone and delivered a statement that left everyone in the room stunned. The future of WWE is not on Raw or SmackDown, Heyman declared. The future is in NXT. And let me make something clear. That future is more dangerous, more revolutionary, and more capable of changing this industry than anything we've seen in the last decade. The room fell silent. Heyman's words were delivered with such conviction that it was impossible not to take them seriously. For a man who has managed some of the biggest names in the business, his endorsement of NXT was more than just lip service, it was a call to action. Breaking down Heyman's claim. Heyman's assertion that the future of WWE lies in NXT raises several questions. What does he see in NXT that others might have overlooked? And why now, at a time when WWE's main roster is filled with talent and storylines that are dominating the wrestling world? To understand Heyman's perspective, one must first look at the current NXT roster. Under the guidance of Shawn Michaels, NXT has evolved from a simple developmental territory into a brand that consistently delivers high-quality matches and compelling storylines. The roster is stacked with a mix of seasoned veterans, indie darlings, and homegrown talent, all of whom are hungry to prove themselves. But Heyman's claim suggests that there is more to this roster than meets the eye. According to insiders, Heyman has been closely watching NXT for months, attending tapings and scouting talent. It's rumored that he's been particularly impressed by the younger stars who are just beginning to make a name for themselves. The new generation, who caught Heyman's eye? Among the names reportedly on Heyman's radar are Braun Breaker, the son of Rick Steiner, and Tiffany Stratton, who has been turning heads with her athleticism and charisma. Heyman is said to be particularly intrigued by the potential of these two young stars, believing they possess the it factor that could make them the next big thing in WWE. Braun Breaker is a beast, Heyman reportedly said during a backstage conversation. He has the intensity of his father, but with a modern twist. And Tiffany Stratton? She's got that blend of athleticism and star power that you can't teach. These are the kinds of talents that can redefine what it means to be a WWE superstar. But it's not just the top prospects that have Heyman excited. He's also been vocal about the depth of the NXT roster, praising the brand's ability to cultivate a variety of talent with different styles and backgrounds. From highflyers like Wes Lee to technical maestros like Ilya Dragunov, Heyman believes NXT offers something for everyone. The Heyman effect: what's next for NXT? Heyman's endorsement of NXT could have far-reaching implications for the brand. As one of the most influential figures in WWE, his words carry weight, and his backing could lead to increased attention on NXT from both fans and WWE management. In fact, some insiders believe Heyman's comments could signal a shift in WWE's overall strategy. With the main roster already stacked with talent, there's a growing belief that the company may start focusing more on NXT as a breeding ground for future stars. This could lead to NXT being given a more prominent role in WWE's programming, with more crossover between the brands and possibly even more main roster stars appearing on NXT to help elevate the younger talent. There's also speculation that Heyman himself could take on a more hands-on role in NXT's creative direction. While he's currently busy managing Roman Reigns and the Bloodline on SmackDown, Heyman has never been one to shy away from a challenge. If he sees potential in NXT, it wouldn't be surprising to see him offer his services to help guide the brand to new heights. The fans react as with any bold statement in the wrestling world. Heyman's claim has sparked a wave of reactions from fans. Social media has been buzzing with debates over whether NXT truly is the future of WWE, with some fans excited about the prospect of the brand taking center stage, while others remain skeptical. Heyman knows talent when he sees it, one fan tweeted. If he says NXT is the future, then I'm all in. Can't wait to see what happens next. Others, however, were more cautious. NXT has always been great, but let's not get ahead of ourselves, another fan commented. It's still a developmental brand. They've got potential, sure, but they're not ready to carry WWE yet. Conclusion: a bold vision for the future. Paul Heyman's surprising claim about the WWE NXT roster has set the stage for what could be a major turning point in the company's history. By declaring NXT as the future of WWE, Heyman has thrown down the gauntlet, challenging both the NXT roster and WWE management to step up and prove him right. Whether Heyman's prediction comes true remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the spotlight is now firmly on NXT, and the wrestling world will be watching closely to see how the brand evolves in the coming months. With Heyman's backing and a roster full of potential, the future of WWE might just be more exciting and unpredictable than ever before.